That's pretty crazy that you've said that, bro, because I've been thinking about this a lot more recently. But when that became a thing was through battle rap as well, because my last battle in my little 6 battle run was a 2-on-2 with Matter, and I think I just lost a bit of motivation before that battle because I was like, I don't know what I can do to take it to the next level, and I can't tell if this is the glass ceiling and it's all down from here. And I didn't know what I wanted out of it at that point. I was like, I don't know when to cut my losses and just use this hype for my music, which is what I ended up doing. Or I don't know whether to just keep riding this till the wheels fall off and maybe it'll go even further, and maybe battle rap can't, because I never saw battle rap as something that should be on TV or should be like a mainstream thing, because every time that happens it seems to lose its charm almost, and it turns into something like Wilding Out, which is its own entity and it's fine and it's great for TV and stuff, but I've never looked at battle rap where it's like, oh, we all need, like, sometimes I see battle rappers who I seen someone yesterday and they're like, how many events have you been to this year? How many things have you done to support? Like, there's this desperation to make the scene. And I don't want the scene to struggle. So I get where them people are coming from. And there has been times when it goes down and we do need people showing support and shit like that. But I've never looked at it as something that's like, this is the next big thing and we need it to be like the fucking UFC of rap and it has to be. So when I got to that point, and I did the 2-on-2, my last one versus Philly Swain and Zim with Matter. We did our first, if you watch that battle, the first bar is somewhat really stupid as well. Like, it weren't great. It was welcome to Leeds. And then I said spreadable cheese or some shit, which it literally just rhymes. It doesn't actually make any sense. Like, it's just a stupid rhyme scheme that we were setting up. Like, we found it funny, so we did it. But man, the roof just came off, like, in a mad way, and I was so uncomfortable. I was like, what the like, it's almost embarrassing, because I went from wanting that, and you'll do anything to get big at first. You want that, you want the crowd on your side, and that's the uphill struggle of becoming a battle rapper and stuff. But then once it's just happening sort of without you deserving it, or it doesn't feel good, because you're looking at it from the other rappers' points of view, and they already hate me at this point. They're already like, oh, this guy ain't as good as everybody. I should be getting views. He's a cunt. All he does is funny shit. He's a fucking, like, all that shit. So I'm looking at it from their point of view, like, nah, I'd hate me too if this was happening. Like, if a motherfucker gets on stage and says the word spreadable cheese and the fucking roof comes off, I'd be like, what is this? Like, what has this turned into? So by that, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, like, you can see me on, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I remember being on stage like, what the fuck, man? Shut the fuck up and let us rap. Like, that. Let us do what you actually want from us. We don't need the fucking gas, man. Like, so yeah, that became a thing. And I'm not gonna lie, man, like, just recently I have sort of, sorry to rant, but I have sort of got to a point where I've become very disillusioned about trying to grow my fan base or become any more well-known or any more in people's faces than I need to be. I really value that I can go away and come back when I've got something worth seeing, and I don't need to be like, and I am on Twitter and I am on Insta and blah blah blah. I do these things, but I don't feel like I'm doing it to have like an internet presence and constantly push myself in people's face. And it's because of like the artists that, there's obvious ones who do this, and they're usually like, I aren't really big enough to even be able to do that, so I'm kind of taking the piss. But because it's usually people like Frank Ocean and fucking like famous people who can go away and come back, and Kendrick's a good example. He goes away, you don't see him doing interviews in your face, posting selfies on fucking Insta. He comes back with an album and that's it. You wait for the next one, and I fucking love that, man. But there's artists in the UK who do, like Lee Scott, who for Blah Records, the label I put my last album out on, he's an amazing example for that, because you never see him mouthing off about his opinions on current topics. Like, you never see it, and I feel like you can get very bored of someone very fast and I've done that over the years a lot, man. I've just been a mouthpiece online and chatted shit about just to be there, just to push myself and da-da-da. And because I love Twitter and it's somewhere where you can just rant and vent. But I don't think it's the best thing for an artist. I think an artist should have a bit of I don't know, man.
Well, I think it can be for some, but in your case, you have substance. You have a body of work that you are prepared to say, look, judge it on its own merit. Whereas there are other people that do need to make themselves a personality in order to shift whatever it is that they're selling. But in that situation, I would argue that's horse before the cart, because what happens when people lose interest in you? Your only option is to become more obscene, more obscure, more fucking bohemian and all the rest of it, and you lose the thread of what you wanted to be when you became an artist, as opposed to you, who has always made a point of saying, no, the art comes first, man. I want to make what I want to make. I get that you think I should do this, or the trend is this way. No, but I feel I should be doing this. This would give me more satisfaction. It's what I know I can do well. It's what I can craft. So that's probably got something to do with that. You've never felt the need to lean into that more fucking bombastic celebrity style personality online, unless you felt like it.
Nah, and the thing is, I definitely used to be a bit more like outlandish with the things I said, and that was more just taking the piss out of, like, I don't know, I was just kind of enjoying having a fucking following and being able to just say crazy shit that people wouldn't usually say. If I found that funny, and it was more like something amongst me and my friends, where it's like, one time I was like, I realized that there's a few artists, like, I noticed it about Tyler the Creator when he was younger, Tyler the Creator, and he was in Odd Future, and he just used to say crazy things, and like, I realized that it kind of lost its effect after a while, where people, it's almost like this boy who cried wolf type shit, where he can say anything now, and well, not anymore because he's kind of grown up a little bit, but it got to the point where he could say anything and people saw, it's just Tyler the Creator just chatting shit. And I realized that I'd kind of done that to myself a little bit on Twitter, and I didn't like it. I was like, oh, nah, I've gone too far with, like, I've said such crazy things. And my boy was like, what do you mean? I don't get it. Like, people like you for that. And I was like, no, but what you don't get is and I used Kano as an example for some reason, but I was like, if Kano jumps on Twitter right now and says that he smokes crack, yeah, that's going to be in every UK media platform for the next 2 weeks, and people are going to be like, what the fuck is Kano doing? What's happened to him? Is he gone crazy? If I do it, it's going to get 14 retweets and 5 people are going to laugh, and it'll get forgotten about in the next hour, and nobody will ever bring it up again. And I was like, that's partly because I'm not as big as Kano, but it's also because I'm a fucking gobshite and I talk shit all the time, and people are just used to me saying ridiculous things, man. So what if I come out one day and actually have something to say and open up about it, and people are like, what, it's just him talking shit, you know what I mean? So I tried to rein it in, man, and it's not even I tried, I've just grown up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I say silly things now, and I still speak my mind and say dumb shit, like, that's my sense of humor, but I aren't like trying to poke at people and get a reaction, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that anymore.